Hey, how you doing? So, welcome to this channel. I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be another energy reading in regards to June, the month of June. Now, the energy of June keeps coming up, or the month of June, in regards to when things are going to happen, or what's best for this, what's best for that. Now, it keeps coming up in the energy that I keep looking into or asking questions about. So, this reading is based on that. And it's also for anyone that it does resonate with. So, if it does come up in your circle of ideas, things, or network, or anything that you're doing or want to know anything about, this is the reading for you. Okay, it may have answers for you that you could clarify on. So, let's see what's going on. What's going on in the month of June, please? And why June? Why is the energy of June keep coming up in regards to answers, questions, and what's going to end, restart, take place, or just come about, or anything in relation to that energy that needs to be clarified? Thank you. It says this energy is a surge energy only for the universal plane of October energy. Ideally, it's of October energy, which is justice, and when things are going to clarify what's going to happen overall on the plane. Ideally, if you're living on the fifth or the fourth dimensional plane in your mindset, you will have bothersome readings or even bothersome energy or bothersome mindset to play out anything that you want to play out in the month of May, June, July, October, September, going forward. It says no one's going to stop this energy field from going around in your head. June is an energy of witchcraft, malicious, intense, and maybe even people surging your energy or being moaning, groaning, or even narcissistic or mentally ill. It says time you warn yourself of this in your mind, because people keep picking on you or warning you that you have to have bad news or some type of bad energy or negative spiritual energy, or warning of June energy, like-mindedness, like anyone that's going to be there picking on your energy or making it hard for you. It's going to be in June, or it could happen around June, or it's going to be June like energy that participates in your mind about it, or when things could kick off, it could be in June. It says it's not easy to decipher whether it's going to happen or not in June anyway, because this energy is more so practicing like a weave of energy, being mindful. Like, I know I would like things to play out then because I'm using the energy of June, or even manipulating my mind around June because I know things could happen in June in any direction. Hence why we've got the Lovers card. The lovers card is a way forward in a motor minded situation. Like, it opens up portals to jinn like energy and also mental stress. Okay, it also looks for things around its nature in the mindset of yours. Ideally, if you feel like you've got good news or bad news, it warns you that good things could come about or bad news could come about. But it's trying to warn you in a magician type of energy, like a magic kind of honesty or negative energy. Okay, doesn't always have to be true. It says, I know you are there though. Mind you, someone could feel like you're there and wants to speak to you or clarify why death wishes is there, or why warning signs of enemy energy is there to harm you or harm someone else around you. It says not to look at the energy so deeply if you can. Mind you, it says people will come into money around this time, or maybe make money around this time, or give themselves news with friends, family members, people around them, or even certainly, ideally, give themselves good news with magical essences, magical powers, magical teachings, magical things, and magic can come about in the month of June. Maybe even laughing at yourself that you've got magician like powers to bring about things in the reminded mind of smoke, ideally smokeless energy or smokeless fire. It says you could bring around things in magic around that time. Doesn't warn you how you got these powers. Doesn't say where the energy came from, but it says May is also an energy that you might need to look into if we crawl backwards a little bit and take a look. Okay, so it doesn't say why these energies are going to mark its territory around your head. Doesn't say why a man could come and talk to you about what he's done in the magician realm around that month, or in that month, or even in the mind saying June is going to be better for you if I plaster your mind around it with my energy field. He has not given himself enough time to speak about these things to himself. He realized that he's put spells or magician like work in your mindset for June. It says it's not going to work anymore in his favor because you're so intuitive, okay, and more so curious. He doesn't know how to stop you from feeling that way. He's got to mark his territory around May or October. These energies will also be looked into, and they will also be mind gamed. So anytime he wants to mind game his rare head around your head, which is rare, because it says with him, he does rarity sometimes. Like, it's rare for him to come out and say what time of the day or month he's going to practice his witchcraft on you, or maybe even do energy magic on your head, which he's been doing on your head for a long time. It says even on your chest, on your heart, because you may have heart disease for some of you guys, or you could just have a bad chest, like a chest infection, or maybe even, mindfully speaking, lung disease, maybe even lung cancer for some of you guys. Heart disease is one of those type of problems that you will now see could never go away, or it can heal, or it could get better, but it wouldn't get better if you don't pray, or you don't take the right medication, if you don't look after yourself properly. You know, it's hard for it to go away. It's a heart problem forever, especially if it's diagnosed at the doctors. It says you could have this for a long time. Doesn't say necessarily that he has given you this problem over time. You could have been a smoker, a drinker. You could have been someone that took a lot of, lifetime scenarios for granted, like, things that you were playing out, things that you were doing. Okay. Now it says all this time he has realized that he's messed up your mindset with this as well, because he can't clarify everything that he's doing as his. He can't say that everything that he's doing is in regards to his mindset making life hard for you when life is already hard for you. He just makes it 10 times worse, or adds to the pressure of it with his mental health. He knows that he's been clarifying witchcraft on your head since the tamed mind will tell him a long time now. Really, it could be like 3 or 4 years now. Yeah, since 2021 or beyond. Okay. Now it says, no one knows why this man is surging around your energy so much to the point death do you part could come, and he's there. Ideally, if you warn yourself that you live to your 90 or 80, he's there. It's like he won't let you go. He won't leave you alone. Now, why is this man practicing witchcraft on you so much to the point he doesn't know why or where it's going? He says he doesn't know where he's going with his mind to piss you off, or maybe even make you feel sad, and in a very sarcastic type of way, so that he could just, feel better about himself. Doesn't say he feels very good about himself, though. Doesn't say he likes himself very much, and it doesn't say he's using anybody but your mind and a mother figure around you to practice witchcraft on you a little bit more than he should. He's got karma with this. He shouldn't be practicing any witchcraft on you. He does know that he's witchcrafting himself at times too. He also knows that he's doing witchcraft or kind of like magical spells on you from other teams of societies, ideally cultures, creeds, or maybe countries and places. He also looks at things in that way, and he does healing work also, but he's never good at it. Yeah, he's always better at the witchcraft he's doing to harm people more than the healing work, because he doesn't know how to heal people. After all, he manipulates the situation, and he comes down off of his high horse and realizes he's a narcissistic player, and he is narcissistic in his mind and never ending detrimental to people's health. So he can't be a healer at the same time. It does say that if you was to go to him to solve your problems, he would make it worse. So never go to this man. He would always harm you. All the time he would harm you. If you can, seek help from a priest or a spiritual healer of your own in a way that you trust them, or you know that their work is good. Maybe even seeing that you do work yourself to clarify whatever death wishes off of your body and off of your soul from his soul would be good, because he keeps wishing you dead and asking for people to kill you, and asking for people's spirits to kill you and harm you. It doesn't say why he does this. It absolutely does say, though, he's mad. So if he does have things on you that he knows he's mad about, he's got to walk away, laugh at himself, and then make fun of the situation, and then run away again, playing hide and seek in the Garden of Eden, ideally in his cabinet, okay, where he's got all his spells and all his riddles and rituals, and in his mind where he carries certain information and practices witchcraft in other realms. Ideally in the fifth dimension is where he resides, mostly where the ghosts are. He likes playing with ghosts. He likes playing with demon spirits that are invisible and ghosts. So if he looks at jinn energy, maybe even dwarfs, okay, maybe in even other places in his mind, he looks at these things as ghosts and goblins and, you know, rare entities and spiritual essences, and bad news comes to him in his mind when he does this, okay? It says he doesn't know why he does it, but he realized when he does do it, it's going to be bad news to him. And it does make him feel like he's got a lot of guilty conscience, okay? So he does know that his spirit is bad, okay? Let me read out this prayer to you just for a minute. It says, "For whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all." Hence why it says man. Also, they feel like they know the law, or they know that they are the law, or they feel like they know everything in their mind about things, and then they still turn around and make you feel like you're sour, or you're shallow, or you're evil, or you're sad, or you're guilty. But they're really the ones that are evil, shallow, and guilty. Doesn't say this one is properly in his mind about that, but it's an offering for him to walk away from the darkness that's in him, because it does say that with him, he's a guilty man. He's a shallow man. He's a dark spirited man. He doesn't know everything in life, but he feels like he's the law. He feels like he could clarify everything on your head, being guilty pleasured by you feeling sad and evil, or passionately upset about something, but you did something wrong. And he's the one that's evil and doing wrong. Okay? He's the evil doer. He doesn't want anyone to tell him off. And it doesn't say it looks good on a parent or a family member around you. Okay, evil spirited woman could be around you, as he likes to troll her head and make her look shamed, and also makes her look shamed around you. It doesn't say that she's doing very well in her mindset around this energy that she's held on to for a long time in relation to your mind, even in your spirit. And it says even with the witchcraft that she's doing to harm you through the months of June, maybe every June, or anytime June comes around, or when you think of something and then automatically it's June. It says he knows he's doing witchcraft around your mind in the June-like energy, or around the months of June. It says it warns you never to speak or even come to him with any kind of bad news, bad omens, bad witchcraft, or bad anything, because he will play a role to punish you in the month of June, or even take you out of a problem in June, or even give you back a problem in June, or laugh at you in June. And anything that comes about in your mind, it's June. So June is the answer for everything, and it warns you not to play into this, because it's a role of bad luck. And it's a bad news energy that he tries to push on your mind through the team members that you have to seek help with, maybe even through your tarot cards if you've got any, or even peoples that read them for you or have to look at them on your behalf, or people that are spiritual and have to go down and look at why this man is bollocks, okay? Excuse my language. He's bollocks, but he also reads the mind of other people that want to participate in the mind to surge your energy to look at you for bad wickedness that they're doing to you, or maybe even good things that they're doing for you, or to you. Okay, it says no one knows by now or next week what's going to happen, because he's got about 10 people that are looking out for you in good ways, because there are people that love you or even care about you. And you didn't know that, some of you guys. Some of you guys, you do know that, but some of you guys don't know this at all. Like, there's about 10 people right now that look out for you. Why? Because they realize you're in trouble. Their spirit is warning them. And they can feel the surge-like energy of the team members that are on your head around him, including a parent around you or a family member of yours. And it says it's bad news for her. So this man says he doesn't know how to participate in the month of June all the time with his head around yours. Ideally, if there was a witchcraft woman around, she would see this and she would look at the situation with her partner. But the partner is no longer allowed in her realm. She says, I warn myself not to come back to this man that was doing witchcraft on you. He's doing it on me too, she says. She says she knows he was doing it on her. For years and years and years, it says, trouble is, she never wanted to believe that it was true. Until karma licked her down one day and she realised she had to stop doing it on a family member. And stop doing it on herself, because she realized she's doing witchcraft on herself by doing this with the man. She realized, what am I doing? Like, I'm using a man to do witchcraft on me when I'm trying to harm someone else. And it says good, because why would you try to harm a niece or a family member, like a nephew or even an uncle or aunt around you, when trouble took your mind to wonder why these people don't like you? And then it says, warning, why didn't they like you? Because you was doing witchcraft on them, or you just don't like people. You make people know this when you're looking at them, and you laugh at them and you gnash your teeth at them, or you make them feel threatened in some type of way with your arrogance, your ignorance, or your narcissistic looks, or your bad mind, or your wickedness, or your harsh, your evilness. She had to look at herself in many different ways to wonder why people don't even like her, and maybe don't like you, but liking her is more so a tarot kind of warning for her. Like, if she was to look at tarot cards and wonder if she could get away with anything through the cards, there's no way to do that. It sounds stupid. It's very silly because there's no one there but spirits if you look on the other side of the looking glass. Ideally, if you're looking at tarot cards, what are you looking at? You're looking at a shadow side of the energy of surge in the universe. Okay? It's very, very deep, but it's dogma. And it also says you can find out what's going on with these rituals and people around you if you took the time to participate in what's going on with your mind. You don't want to do that for some of you guys, that's fine. Don't do it based on whatever it is that's said on this channel, but warn yourself to do it if you feel like it's going to work out in your favor. Ideally, if you look on and see what's going on with people's heads in the looking glass, ideally, if you can see something about them, warn yourself to play a role in your life about the situation in a way where you're like, all right, I need to see what makes them tick. Is it the cards, or is it somebody else that's making them tick? Because ideally it's not cards alone, or it's not going to be cards, because cards is just paper. It's the spiritual energy surge that's doing something to people. Hence why people do turn around and say, I'm not reading anymore. It's not the cards. It's people on the other side of the looking glass doing something to somebody. People behind the scenes, people behind the wall. Yeah, people behind the door. People that are peeking on people in their spirit, in their mind, or in their heart, or in their energy field, that are doing something to somebody else. Okay, hence why we've got witchcraft. Witchcraft is the same type of energy. It's just that you can look at divination in many, many different forms that count for witchcraft being looked at. Like, you can see things through the energy. You can look at witchcraft through divination in many different forms. Even just sitting down and talking to a god or to spirit or the demon or the devil or the ghost. Yeah, or the jinn or whatever. Okay? Anything. You don't have to go down that road of looking at anything like physical. Maybe even a watching mirror or a watching glass, or, you know, some people use a crystal ball. Some people use like a stopwatch, or, you know, some people use all kind of different things to look at things and analyze it and see something and think, oh yeah, I see it. If they do see it. It's true, some of them can see it through a watch, or even see it through the telly. Okay? Maybe even if the telly's off. Okay? Maybe even through a mirror or whatever it is that they look at. Now, whatever it is that they see is nothing to do with your mind. It's more so to do with their minds, their angels, their ancestors. Their realm is coming out of somewhere else behind the scenes and makes you see something behind the scenes. Hence why tarot cards is very honest about what it sees, because tarot is making you read imagery, pictures, symbols, signs, things that come out of it. And then there's the ghosts that are behind it as well, the spirits. They also help to talk to you, give you information, let you know what's going on. But it says, do you know that you're warned not to speak to people after you do this tarot card jobs or any type of work with this? It's like, don't talk to people about what you do, or don't talk to them directly about things that you know or you've seen, because it can harm them. And it does harm them. Sometimes it really does harm people if you're not careful enough, or if people are not careful enough. Hence why we've got tarot reading platforms that you could go on and be careful. Ideally, there's patterns on there that you could go by. Maybe even policies, things that we do on those channels in a way that we know that we could go through the law and do it more carefully. Or just in a way that you're mindful, because you see things and they see things, so you've got their ancestors talking to you, but be careful how things come out, especially if they're sensitive. It doesn't always work in that way, but sometimes we can work on it and make it come out in that way. Okay? But it says no one's seeing anything more now than you. If you read and you read and you read and you read and you read, you will see that something's going to happen. You'll develop spiritual energy that starts coming out from nowhere, or people just set upon you witchcraft that will allow you to see that you can talk without using the cards. People have done this for many years, but it says no one's doing it more now, or they used to do it more before, or it's not happening at all, or it is happening. But if it is, it says ghostlings are with you. Goblins are with you. In fact, there could be an energy of a witch around you, a sibling that does witchcraft, a family member that does witchcraft, maybe even an aunt or 2 aunts, 3 aunts, 4 aunts, whoever, uncle, brother, ancestors from the past life. So these ones are invisible, you can't even see them. And it says try to warn yourself. Don't get alarmed if you see them appear one day in spirit, in your room or in your frame, like in a mirror or a picture or somewhere, because they do want to show up sometimes and spook you, or just even show you that they're there, and you're like, no, don't you dare come to me and show me your mind, because you don't want to get spooked by these people. It says, why do you do divination if you feel like you're going to get spooked anyway? Hence why you wouldn't want to do it all the time, right? But even if you don't do it all the time and you do it sometimes, you can still get spooked. You can see these things sometimes, okay? So it says not to be alarmed by anything that's going on. Try to warn yourself that if June energy is not going to be easy for you to divulge your mind, look at May. May will clarify certain things that you will see in the month of May, and how May can give you problematic energy. Okay? It says problem is with May. You could find out things in the month of May and think, well, bloody hell, why do I know so much about this May energy, like people in it or things that are happening in it? And then it doesn't help you in your life. It's like, all right, I've looked at it, I've tried to warn myself, it's there, it's there, it's there, it's there, it's there. But what are you looking for in it being there? Like, what is it that you're trying to warn yourself to show yourself in that energy? However, it says it could come out in any way. It could come out and show you something directly, or it could just let you know, I'm not showing you nothing much. You've got to show me what it is that you're looking for. Hence why it says, all right, if we're doing this reading today and it's a June reading, right? We want to know what's going on with certain things that we've asked. And it keeps telling us, well, June. You can't just ask, oh, let's do a June reading, and then it just works out like, oh yeah, I'm going to come out and tell you all kind of different things. You have to go in your head about it. Okay, you have to seek the word of the gods in that reading and say, okay, what's going on with the energy field of June? Not the month of June, but the energy field of the word June. Why June? Okay, why the month of June, but in the energy field that it has magical essences, supernatural energy, or, you know, tarot reading type of energy, you know, things that you can't see on the surface, or what's going on in the spiritual realms of June. Okay, that's a better way of wording it. Now, in this realm of June, in the mindset of ours and many people that warn themselves, they have to look at things because people keep telling them directly, June this, June that, or it's spiritual. Okay, you keep asking tarot, why June? That part is going to be hard to decipher for some people. Not all of you will get it. Some people want to know they're doing witchcraft in June. Some people want to come out and play the mindset for you in June. Some people want to come out and speak to you in June. Some people just want to play in June. Hence why we're not going to go too deep into the mindset of June and why June. You could also witchcraft your mind around the energies of June and think about why June. June this, June that, June everything, right? However, don't play into the word or the mindset of June all the time. Give yourself better news in June, and don't worry about June's mindset helping you out of a sticky situation. Because even when June tries to warn you, I'm here, what do you want from me? It can't help you with everything. And it doesn't always help you with everything. And it's not going to give you the answers to everything. So even if you hear the word June, 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 that's a matter of the heart and the mind telling you somebody is witchcrafting you. Someone puts these words into your head about June. Someone is warning you, June this, June that, June everything. Why? Because they're nervous. Their mind is telling them off. They feel like bad news is coming to them now. So they'll use May, maybe even October, November or December. They'll use any month. But you can decipher when you want to speak to them. Because why do you keep getting under attack? Warning, what's there with the person? How do we look at them when they keep running and hiding? The hidden energy of this spiritual attack is something that we could look at. Or maybe even solving the problem with the mindset of the person. Looking at their skull, looking at their brain, searching their pineal gland. Looking into the mindset of the pineal gland that's putting a curse on you. Putting that witchcraft on you. And seeing why that energy is calling out June and spirits of June. Yeah? It says, call me now in my mind about it. Go on. The spiritual energy of June that wants to know who I am. No. It says we've got to answer these questions directly because people keep picking on people and it's not fair. Now, if it is fair, we've got to let go of these demons because there is some people attaching themselves to you through problems of yours and theirs. They don't know how to give themselves good news. They would warn themselves, I will give myself good news if I can let go of a karmic spell or a curse. Now, why have they all latched onto you? It's not fair on you that you have to go through this time where people are latching onto your energy, your spiritual energy, your field, your nervousness and your problem solving on anything that you're doing. Everyone's attaching themselves onto you like you've got to go through everyone's problems. No, you don't. Now, the warning signs are there for the mistake to happen to this man again. He needs to let go of any demon spell that he did last year. Could have been in June, or it could have been just March or April. It says it actually was in March because he can use energies of March sometimes to punish you, and he has done. And he's warned himself not to punish you in the month of May because he realised curses could come out and bite him in May. So maybe you should put a curse on him in May and see if it bites his backside. Because he does know that you're punished in the month of May. Absolutely punished. Why? Because nothing works for you that great in May. Absolutely. And it says he warns himself to look at all these different months to see what correlates with you. Hence why he's laughed at you and says June this, June that, June everything with everything that he does. But he says, I warn myself to look at you in every single way. But it doesn't work out in your favour being bad at the situation. Because see how he's left you wondering why you've gone down the wrong hole. Or even the wrong hole if you're a little rabbit or you've got the mindset of being in that rabbit hole. You would have to punish yourself. Like, go down, go down, go down. Don't go upwards, back out of the rabbit hole. Go down into the rabbit hole because you know that you've been somewhere where you shouldn't have been. And you're going to go back down there again and finish off the job with the man. Because why is he touching you in your minds about things? Praying that you have good news in your private parts. Maybe even laughing at you down there because you wash, you're clean. You have good loving down there at times as well. But warning, why is it not sentimental to the mindset of yours in a way that you get good news? Because he's not in the vaginal room or even in the, room where he feels like he has to be. Idea with his penis. No, it hasn't got anything to do with you and him in that way. But it says, warning, he believes you haven't got good news in that way. So why would you need good news in that way if you didn't ask for it? This man is a manipulator. He's a rapist secretly. He's a pedophile secretly. He murders his mind around little girls and little boys. His personal problems is manifested in the laws. And he has problems seeking help in the Lord when troubles come to take him down. Even when he has problems that are minor, sensitive, or very much open, it says you wouldn't want to know what goes on with him in his mind at night if he feels like he has to have sex with the ghosts. Or even sex with his mind. Because some people do have sex with their own mind or their own ghost. or his own ghost he has sex with. It's weird. You wouldn't understand this stuff. You wouldn't want to understand it unless you're a psychopath. Okay? Some people are literally psycho in that way. It doesn't say it's good at all. All right? So it says when you realise you've got to have sex with your own ghost, you're absolutely dulali. You're crazy. Why would you want to have sex with your own spirit? Your own jinn, in fact. Some people call it jinn. Some people call it spirit or your soul or whatever. Why would you want to do that? Like, it's understandable that you fantasize in your head and you think of somebody or something that when you're having sex, or even think about your own body, the sexual organs, sexual part. But if you feel like you needed to jump out of your body and you're lying there and then you look back at yourself and you decide to have sex with it, your own self, looking back at your own self while you, the spirit side of you, is having sex with the physical side of you, that shit is scary or even weird or annoying or bothersome to people's minds to even clarify that stuff. He doesn't know what it is, but he does that. Now, you can't fathom everything that this mind does, or this man or this woman. Even for some of you guys, it's a woman. Why would they do that for? What goes on in their head? Why would they even want to do that? This is where weirdness comes out of the mind today. If you see yourself in the shadow side of a man that's doing some crazy things, some weirdo things, and you're like, nah, I've got to leave. I can't clarify why this man is trolling me. He don't even want me to read my own cards to clarify things for myself. He's not giving me good news with my divination because he's trying to harm it. He's not helping me with anyone else's because he keeps trashing that too. Oh, he keeps looking at himself and falling in love with himself and then nudging me to do the same or to warn myself to be like him. Oh, hell no, I gotta run. Where are you running to? Says you can't run nowhere. Let him fall and drop and crack his head. He's mad. He's absolutely mad. And if this is a spirit, one day, in Jesus' name, God is going to take you away from this mad hatter. It's got to happen because no one's going to allow you to sit down and fall in love with a jinn or some spiritual being. Yeah? You'll be arrested in your head with mad. Like, this person's crazy. If it was ever come out and you show yourself, oh my gosh, the amount of times they would put you in a white jacket or even make you feel like you need to go under in the crackhead zone of people that take drugs and they're on that crystal meth. And their mental health has gone mad and they start seeing stars, moons and planets in a different shape and form. Maybe even animal spirits coming through the doors and the walls and in their head. Some crazy shit out there. Don't hallucinate. Don't go down in justice for some people's heads being there on your head. Don't allow them to clarify their heads on you. Don't punish yourself either with their heads. Don't make them feel like they can punish you with whatever craziness they've got going on. Don't ever look at that realm. Don't ever look into it. Try not to, because you'll have to prepare yourself for whatever mental health is there. Okay? So that you don't get it. Okay? Right. So it says no one knows why this person's dragging you down the road of Pisces, Gemini energy, and also the mindset of October could have some things too, but it says not enough, like Pisces and Gemini. Hence why we've probably done a reading or two on Pisces that have come out and said certain things around that time too. Like in their own head, because they've got things going on that they see or even acknowledge through Scorpio. But Scorpio don't go down them roads that easy. And if they do, they know they've got God by their side, or they get pulled out through karma though. Sometimes they go down it and they're mad. But then it's like with Pisces, they know they could go down it and get mad, but then they'll come out through Scorpio. So it just depends on the person, really and truly, it just depends. But don't let this spiritual energy attack you. Let it walk away from you and let karma come to it, because bad news is there with this energy. Okay, even Pisces knows that and tries to pinch Scorpio and say, see, I told you I can do it. Fuck off, Gemini. Pisces says, see, I want Scorpio to go down there and they don't want to go, but I'm going to make them. Nah, says Gemini, you don't know what's down there. I do, but I'm not going down there. Gemini knows what's in there. Gemini is the ruler of that energy field. Are you mad? They know exactly where God is residing in their energy. Scorpio's there, but it says God is in them. God is absolutely in them. They know what's going on. They don't want to practice no witchcraft on you. Do you know what kind of crazy things can come out of that realm? Piss off Pisces again and see if Pisces doesn't go down there though, Gemini. Because you're warned to help them go down. Hence why they like you so much. You'll lead them there and let them fall, and then they say, oh yeah, that was fun. That was some crystal meth. Hey! Listen, there's some crazy shit there. Don't go down there, Pisces. You're weird for going down there. Yeah, we're not going to speak about celebrities because somebody's trying to come out and say, well, I didn't go down there, but I almost got stuck in that realm. Nah, we're not listening to you, love, because you already know what's going on with your mental health. Always naming your children girls when they're boys. Do you know who that is? Yeah, just check that out right now. Someone keeps calling their kids girls when they're all boys. Every last one of them is boys. Why do they do that? Celebrities. Yeah? Karma is there with these people on drugs. Maybe even they're on drugs in a way where they're not physically taking any drugs, but they're going down realms in their head where they shouldn't be going. Yeah, because they feel they're celebrities? No, because they've got a crush on life in a way that they feel like they can. Yeah, they feel like they can manipulate and laugh at it. That's some weirdo shit. It's like going in cracks in their head that they shouldn't be because God closed those shallow parts off. You know what I mean? Those cracks. God says, don't go down that crevice. You're not supposed to go down there. I've put it there for a reason. I will tap in. I will tap into those cracks in your head to let you know that I'm there and I have to mend certain things or put spirits there for whatever reason to make sure they're guarding certain areas of your brain. You think it's funny? God will not allow you to pick on yourself in every kind of way unless there's a temptation of a spirit or an energy surge or some type of demon waiting to drag you down that God says, you know what, I'm going to let it happen. Or you are determined to not listen to God. Hence why we're in Gemini's room where the fruit is, and Adam ate the fruit Eve said to eat and blamed it on Eve. Listen, Gemini, yeah? Adam didn't have to do nothing. Gemini, did Adam have to do it? No, he didn't. Did Eve do it? No, she didn't. But she wanted to. So do you know something? Sometimes God says, don't go down certain realms. That's where that passage really comes from. It's not really the fruit. Yeah? It can cause something to happen, hence why we call it fruit. It can make things regrow again from that situation, another scenario. You know, another thing can happen again and again in that energy field. But God said, don't go down there unless you're strong enough. Yeah, that's the self-talking you as well. That's God. That's the self-talking you. But it says you don't know how to speak God's language, some of you. You don't know how to speak kumbaya, my Lord. You don't know how to speak Jesus is coming. Some of you don't even understand that saying Jesus is coming. You'll think it's a real Jesus coming. There ain't no real Jesus coming. Okay? It says God will get there, though, and tell you off. If you want to hear more, you can hear more. God will teach you everything. Oh, come to this channel, honey. It's a blessing. You will hear everything. But it says it's a curse sometimes if I open up my mind and speak to you too much. Hence why I don't do it. This is the angel. The angel does not want to speak too much in their way. They know that they have jinn-like energy there too. They know they're an angel, though, but they don't want to speak to you directly. Okay, this angel is dark sometimes too, but they warn you, I'm not coming to you. Yeah, unless your name is Peter Pan and you want to see Wendy and the Lost Boys. Okay, you want to see Jesus fly, don't you? You wanted to know where Jesus was going, didn't you? Doesn't say that you had to go down that road. It says, never ever pick on me or anyone around me, Satan. I told you, I don't want you to go down that road. Okay? So when this angel starts picking on people, it says, don't bother pick on me or mine. Yeah, I've got family members down there. You didn't know that I turned into an angel after I got wings? Yeah, I was one of them. I was human. Okay? But I got my wings now. I can fly. I'll tell everybody everything that I learned. When God came about in my life, I learned everything. God gave me good news. Okay? This angel right here. God gave her good news. Doesn't want to come out and say who she is, though. That's fine. But it says warning her not to speak is a blessing. She believes that you could go down to 5th and 3rd dimension one day if you see her energy too much on the 4th plane or the 5th plane. because this energy had to come about when they were putting spells on you. It says no one knows why these people were putting spells on you. Okay, that you could be someone's granddaughter. This could be your grandma speaking. This could even be an aunt, okay? But they said they can't allow this person to do spells on you. This person's warning you to suck dick, eat shit, laugh at them in the dirty ass fucking swamps, dirty vaginas, places that you would never want to go, disease, venom, nasty places. This person wants you to go there with your head. Maybe even help yourself to boatloads of STDs, lots of shit. Maybe even just bad luck streams. Loads of it though. Bad luck. This person, this angel, is not going to let you go down there. Hence why they had to stop another family member from going there as well. It doesn't say how you could come out of a crossfire in your head though, because you probably think, well, if you're there now and you could help me not go down a certain road with certain energies, why can't you help me get rich? Why can't you help me get money? Why can't you help me with certain things that I wanted to get all my life? This person's not here for that. They could help you, but they're not going to help you with that because God has ordained them. Through God has ordained them. If you want riches, speak to God about it. Yeah? God has ordained them to speak about things through their mindset and the tongue that they used when they were, little, or they were on the plane. Ideally, when they were human. But it says not everybody is going to be your forefather. Okay? Not everybody is going to be your forefather. Deal with whatever it is that you have on this plane. And wherever you have it on another plane, you have forefathers elsewhere. You've just got to answer the prayers of a jinn sometimes too. That's not really allowed in your realm, but they have to come there to help you out with situations that you didn't know that you had to go through. Okay? Now, if you see yourself in an entanglement situation with a word of advice, there's a man that could come around you and he may want to know that he's entangled with you in some way. Tell him to suck a friggin', you know what I mean? An STD one, because he should know better not to even challenge you in those ways. And he's never going to come to you again in his mind if he knows this from now in the spiritual realms. Because he should never want to come to you with no entanglement and no third party and no bitchcraft, no rubbish in your heads, okay? We call it bitchcraft because this is really, really bad news energy. Like, people shouldn't come to you and speak to you directly in your mind, okay? Doesn't say anybody's going to stop people from coming about. Lisa, it says don't worry about the situation too much. If this woman wants to come to you and speak to you, she will. Okay? Some of you guys, you got a name. Some of you guys, you have got a name. Tanya, talking to you if you're out there. All right? Lauren or Laura, you're out there too. Georgina. Some of you guys can be Carol or Kayla. Some of you guys know that your name's Sharon. Some of you guys know your name's Lorraine or, Lance or Lafissa. Maurice. Okay, some other names that can't even be explained. Or they're just hard to pronounce. Now it says one of you guys are really, really going to be bothered by the energy fields in the next week. Because it has to come out this time next week that you get allowed in a blessed way to the gods. Like, you're not going to die. You're just going to go down a little bit to the gods realm. Why? Because the God realm is right above your head at times where you get karma, but it's blessed karma. It doesn't say you get bad news, and you have to warn yourself, if you do good, you get good. So try to warn yourself to dress nice, go out, look good, maybe even go to the park, just go places, look nice, look sharp, look suave, look sassy, classy, regal, whatever. And don't ever steal the souls of anyone else that comes to you in the next week, because they also want to know what's going on with you and a personal problem of yours through an energy field of a lover that misses you. She could be there as a woman. For some of you guys, you're a female, they're a female, but it's your cousin. Or it could be another person that's looking at you, and they've got to take care of your mind. They need to take care of your soul, or you need to take care of theirs, but they don't know how to come back to you. They miss you like crazy, but they're not good to you, though. That's the only problem. So go out with them one day. See them. Go and miss them. Like, try to warn yourself to go to them. It might be hard, but just try. This spiritual energy wants you to. Why, though, you say? Because they don't know how to come to you in a way that's going to be generous and good to you without you seeing that you've got to go there too. Because both of you miss each other, but both of you have got something good to give each other. And it doesn't say what yet, but it will come out soon. And it says, don't go there if it's mysterious and it's too hot or heavy or too nervous wrecking. You know, like it's too nerve wracking. Try to warn yourself not to go there if it's too bad. Put it that way. But if you can, love yourself, love the mindset that you're in, and give yourself good news with this person, because they miss you like crazy, but they're warned to see what's there. It's like they need to understand spirit as well. Yeah, because they're going through a hard time, but you might be able to help them more than some. If there is trash-like energy, it might not help. You could fall out with the person again. It's possible. But if it doesn't work in that way, don't worry about it. You just need each other in some ways. Try to go there again one day, though, even if it's not now, but just one day, okay? So that's all, really. And then it says you will harm yourself one day not going there more than going there. So just go there again. You'll see time in your mind to give yourself good news, okay? So that's it, really. So after this, now you're going to see good news come to you. And watch out for this space, honey, because everything's going to work out in just a little while how you want it to, but not really in a bad way, because some people think, this is going to be boring. No, there's something good going to happen in 2 weeks' time or 3 weeks or less. Just watch this space. Karma could come to you in a good way. But take care for now, my lovelies, and I'll speak to you in the next reading. Ciao for now. Bye.